adjusting. Okay, so let's start in feet hip width apart. Take a deep breath. Every time you need to take a sip of water, just feel free to take a sip of water, mind your back and your shoulders. When you do that, do not slouch when you pick up the water from the bottom. During the whole session, let's keep that good posture going because that is essential. Knees bent, like a semi-Venus posture. And let's just focus on lightness and coolness. Let's take a couple of breaths, curling our tongue. So sucking the air over the tongue, especially around the bottom. So concentrate on sucking the air so that it flows over most of the veins of the tongue on the bottom. Just a couple of breaths. Breathe in. Hold your breath a minute and release the air. Slow breath out. And just focus on lightness and coolness and breathe in again. Make a little pout with your mouth, suck in the cool air and release. Super slow breath out so we don't get dizzy with the heat, and breathe in again. And as you release the heat, stretch out your one hand to the side. Elbow comes up instead of the normal Venus posture. Elbow comes up so we're trying to stretch. Hand stretches out completely. Take two fingers, the middle finger and the ring finger on the side of your head, and just very lightly first lay your head down to one side without the shoulder touching, and just very lightly stretch, like as if you're pulling your head to the upper corner of the room. And you should feel a good stretch coming from the shoulder, maybe the anterior part of the shoulder. And breathe in deep, sucking the air over the tongue. And release. Try to release the neck as well. Very slowly come back up, top five. The other hand goes down. Long fingers, elbow is straight and turned upwards. So the two fingers, first the head goes to the side. So first we get the posture aligned, knees are still bent, and then pull the head opposite direction to the upper corner of the ceiling. Oh, wow, this one I really feel it. And breathe in, sucking over the tongue. And breathe out, and relax the neck, and release everything. One more on each side. And go very easy on the neck and the shoulders here. It is a big stretch. And breathe in over the tongue. And as you release the air, push your shoulder down a little bit, and that's going to hurt. And then give me a little vacuum here. Breathe in, and as you release, top side. And stretch over, very careful, and breathe in again over the tongue. And as you release your breath, push your shoulder down, and give me a small little vacuum. And release, and coming to Venus. Check your posture again. Always recheck your posture. Feel any cobblestones to be like not equal, then adjust yourself so that you're equal again. And elbows out, hands stretching out, long fingers, elegant, chest lifting high, stand tall, and the weight placement comes forward. So really strengthen your legs there. If you need to bend your knees a little bit more to have more control, be careful that it's not from the hips. So do that a couple of times. You need to make sure it is coming from the heel, okay? And then breathe in into your nose and slowly release the air. Stretch up through the crown of your head. Fix on that point in front of you. We're going to do extensions later, and breathe in again. And release the air. And vacuum. And release. Move your head a little bit from side to side and fine. Wiggle your shoulders down. We're going to do that every time we breathe in. When you breathe out, you try and wiggle your shoulders down. You kind of try and push them down a little bit more. Try and release your neck up, okay? So we're going to do 2 breaths again in the vacuum. And when we're in the vacuum, we do the same thing. We concentrate on really lengthening the arms and lengthening the chest up and the crown of the head up. So let's do that again. Again, the weight placement comes forward. Breathe in. Now, breathing out, do the shoulder and neck. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your shoulders down, and the neck stays long. Fingers long, elbows outside, and breathe in. Bend into your chest and drop your jaw, and wiggle your shoulders down. Vacuum, and do the same. You might have felt while you're actually trying to make those little adjustments in your shoulders, where you're trying to push the shoulders down and the neck up, that you might have felt some movement inside as well. And that's very good, because at the same time, we're trying to lift our sternum up the whole time. And I can't see my cheat sheet. Okay, let's go straight into extensions. So remember to fix on that point in front of you. And when we do the extension, try and concentrate so we know now how to push down. Remember that. And the weight comes forward. And when we do the extension, look over and really try not to block your arm. So this is the wrong way of doing it, and this is the right way of doing it. So we're actually focusing on the fingertips coming down. So we're going to do a couple of them and the middle one. Okay? So let's go with Venus, with extension. Weight comes forward, and breathe in. And drop your jaw, and again, we wiggle our shoulders down, and our neck longer, and breathe in again. And release the air. And vacuum and extend. And remember, when you come back after the extension, you come back to do the same thing. Try and push those shoulders down. It's harder actually to do them both at the same time than kind of wiggling. I call it the wiggle. I like wiggling. Again, let's go. Breathe in. And release the air and wiggle your shoulders down. Head taller, sternum up, and breathe in again. And release the air. And extend a little bit higher. Arms out to the middle, and as you breathe out, come into Artemisa, so straight down. Normally, before we used to do Venus Atenea, which is that one. Now we're swapping from Venus, we're coming straight to Artemisa. Artemisa is that one where we're standing. I can come closer now. Yeah. Okay. We're standing with the base of the hands, and be really careful that you don't relax your fingers. It's really important to lift the fingers up and kind of have your hands in the base. Okay. If you need to bend your knees quite a bit, then do so. Let's do a couple here, and then I'm going to show you a new one. So this one we've always done here, and then we've done the extension. Today we're going to stay here, and we're going to swap. Okay? So I really want you to bend your knees quite a little bit more than the usual, so there's more weight in your legs and none in your lower back. So really try and sit down on your legs and try and take the weight off completely. You shouldn't feel any pressure whatsoever on your lower back. So all of the weight in your legs, even if you're not sure, then just take a step outwards with your feet. Still keep them parallel, but if you have them a little bit wider, then that might give a little bit more weight into the legs. So when we do the swap, elbows out to the side, shoulders down to the waist. Lots of concentration there. And when we do the swap, when we have the vacuum, we're going to do it in the vacuum. Push up and try and get that vacuum in a little bit deeper and come back down. Okay? Go for one, breathe in. And as you breathe out, really get those shoulders down, get your posture perfect. Stretch up through the crown of your head. Careful that your forehead's not tilting up, and breathe in again. Nice and deep breath. Feel that pressure in your chest before you release it. Push the shoulders down, elbows out, and vacuum one arm up. And release. If it's difficult, because I was talking a lot now, so I noticed I ran out of breath. If it's difficult to do it, you feel, oh, I'm short of breath, I'm not going to be able to hold it, just follow one. See if you can hold it. If you can't, don't worry about it. You can still do it in the movement, just maintain that good posture. Okay, breathe in again. Feel the pressure and release. And shoulders down. And breathe in again. And release. Elbows out to the side. Really sit in your legs. Vacuum the other side. And release. And breathe in again. And release. Vacuum the other side. And release. And breathe in. And breathe out, check your posture. Another one, breathe in. And release, check your posture. Vacuum the other side. And release. Now we're going to do the new one, because we have done not the one where we moved that much, but the new one is actually, we're going to both lift both hands. So from here, and move away a little bit. So from here, it would be breathing in, breathing out, lifting up through the breathing out. First, we're going to start it in a slow process, and then eventually we'll do it the good one, okay? So breathe in. As you breathe out, lift up your hands and try and actually, as if you're pushing an oval shape something away from you, up to just by your forehead, so we're not passing the shoulders because that creates strain on the lower back, and then coming back again, okay? Breathe in and breathe out, bring your hands up. Concentrate, keep it there for a second before we come back. Concentrate where the strain is and where the weight is, and notice, move around now. If you feel it in your lower back, then bend your knees a little bit more. Push your bum out a little bit more, okay? Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come back down with your hands. Okay? Let's do that again. Do the second test. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come up. Hold your breath and come back down with your hands. Good. Now we're going to do it in a vacuum. So breathe in. And as you breathe out, check your posture. Elbows out, chest down. And breathe in. And release the air. Stretch through the crown of your head. Vacuum, both hands up and down. And breathe out. It might be that you feel that you don't have enough breath, and it's quite normal because we are taking a lot more energy from the body. Okay, just checking the cheat sheet here. Okay, from ARTEMISA, let's go down, do the hanging bit where we do the upside down hanging, basically, the stretch. Breathe in as you breathe out, pull your head down first. Curve over that ball, curve over that ball. Come to up just above your knees. Breathe in again. Let's do a little quick vacuum here just because it feels nice. Let's see your belly button vacuum. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, slide down, slide down, slide down your legs. Oh, this is definitely one of my favorites. And then just hang here for a bit, knees bent. Breathe in and breathe out. Loosen your neck. If you can, reach the floor, fingers are showing inwards though. And breathe out. Wiggle your head, breathe in again. And breathe out. And vacuum here. Did you notice your shoulders going up? Maybe, maybe not. This time, let's do it again. And then in the vacuum, release your shoulders away from your ears, okay? You're going to feel it going up in the vacuum and then release it away. Breathe in and breathe out. And go for the vacuum and then release the shoulders. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, put your hands a little bit forward. Feet goes down, all fours. Cross your feet underneath your bum and sit back into HESTIA straight away. move a little bit forward because we are going to go to Selene eventually. And that's where we have another new incorporation that's the nice one where you have one ankle on the other one and your hands like that, pushing away where everything's like super open. But now we're going to do an add-on. So I'm going to really be very meticulous in explaining it so that we can do it correctly and really elegant and smooth movements. But first we're going to do a couple of posture adjustments here in HESTIA. So feet flexed. Make sure that you're sitting on your sit bones, really get those gum cheeks out of the way. Hands just below the knees. Elbows out to the side, fingertips to the nose, sit up straight, straight, straight. Oh, nice. Oh, it's so nice to have this posture. It really feels good afterwards. And breathe in. As you breathe out, give me a little smile. And breathe in again. And as you breathe out, push your knees up and press with your hands down your knees. Just a little bit, not hard. Just feel that there's like a little pressure going on between your legs and your hands to activate your arms. Push your shoulders to your waist and breathe in again. And drop your jaw. And give me a vacuum and lift your right hand. Breathe in and release. Keep that hand there. Open that other elbow so that your hand doesn't come in. So you should see the hand by that eye and not in the center of your head. Breathe in again. And release. Vacuum with your hand. And as you release, apply that pressure again on your between your other leg and hand, and release that elbow outwards, the one that's in the air. Breathe in again. And release. Another breath in. And release. And vacuum and swap. And release. Take a posture. Have again, apply that pressure and breathe in. And release. And vacuum. Sorry, I failed to mention bring the hand down. But you could have seen that. Take a sip of water. Try and do it with a straight back. Oh, that was a good stretch. Oh, nice, nice, nice. That's cool. Mint. Mint leaves in water. Make your cucumber water and your mint water. This is the perfect time to make it. Those are my two favorites, by the way. So I have one bottle full of cucumbers and water in the fridge, and this one is mint. Oh, fantastic. Right. Let's move on to Selene. Okay, Selene, slide down, easy going. Try and do it without using your abs. Okay. What is going to happen with Selene? So you know Selene normally has right foot down, left foot over, and then you unlock the bottom knee and really dig in those heels, create space to have that lower back curvature there. And then you look at your left hand to the right hand on top and you open the shoulders, okay? So there was some times where I said, well, you can push as if he's pushing an object away from you, but without having your arms completely locked. So there is a little micro bend in there. Okay, so we're going to do first a couple here of breaths just to get the posture memory back. And make sure you have a long neck as well. And then after that, we're going to move, literally roll yourself onto one side. So I'm going to show that to you because we're going to get straight into the action after my explanation. So what we can eventually, what we're going to do is we're going to, in a vacuum, and it seems complicated, it's not complicated. In a vacuum, we're literally just going to use our feet to rock ourselves to the side and lie in the same posture and same position. Your head can lie on your arm, that's not a problem, and obviously the arm that's on the floor is going to be straight, but the other one is like, has a little micro bend in there. Try and have your hands still together without them holding each other, because that tends to happen is kick your heels away from you. And then we're going to breathe in here again and do another vacuum, and then ever so slowly, when we come back, this is like a super controlled and slow movement. We start from the shoulders. So the shoulders goes back, goes back, goes back, goes back, goes back, goes back, goes back. The heels will dig into the floor. That's a big secret. And very slowly we start rolling back again. We're going to do that in a vacuum. Okay, so I'm going to show you on the other side. So when we have on the other side, we have to swap feet again. So it's always the foot that's in the air. And that's the way that we go that way. Okay, so literally in the vacuum, we're just going to use our feet. It's not a momentum movement, but that adds the weight on. So the harder you actually have your heels into the floor, that is one of the secrets. And then literally, we're just going to dig your heels into the floor very slowly, move on to the one side. I hope I'm not squishing the microphone. And then do a vacuum here. And when we come back in the vacuum, very slowly the shoulders starts moving. So my other foot's still on the floor. I'm digging my heel into the ground. And I can feel the inner thigh working as well. So super, super slowly, my shoulders coming back, coming back, coming back. And the feet are actually straining to keep me there or control me. And like super slowly, I just roll very black without bumping. So we don't want to create any impact whatsoever. Okay? So let's start with just normal Selene vacuum. So first the right leg on the floor and then the left ankle on it. And then flex that knee, both knees, the knees are next to each other. Look at your left hand, put your right hand on top. And open, make sure you have that curvature that you're comfortable, that there's no strain on the lower back. And breathe in here, feel how open your chest is. And how nice and cool it is on the floor. And breathe out with a smile. And breathe in again. And stay here, release the air. Push your shoulders to your waist. Dig your heels into the ground. Go for another one. Breath in. And breathe out slowly. And vacuum. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, swap feet and swap hands. And breathe in again. And as you breathe out, push your shoulders to your waist. Unlock your elbows, press those heels down, breathe in again. Open your chest and release the air. And vacuum. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, swap feet again. And hands. And breathe in. As you breathe out, feet flexed. Dig those heels in, activate those legs. Shoulders down. Breathe in again. And release the air. And vacuum. And as you breathe out, for feet and hands. And breathe in. And as you breathe out, again, make the adjustments, flex your feet, dig your heels in, shoulders to your waist, and breathe in again. And release the air. And vacuum. And as you breathe out, swap feet and hands. Now we're going to do the one on the side, okay? And breathe in. And as you breathe out, first dig your heels in, flex your feet, shoulders to your waist. So first we get the posture correct. And breathe in again. And breathe out. Vacuum, and then use your feet to roll to the side. Vacuum. Stay there. You can rest your head in your arm. And breathe out. Feels good here because you have your whole right side open. Breathe in again. And release the air. And vacuum, and then from your shoulder, roll back super slow. And release the air. And breathe in again. And as you breathe out, swap hands, swap feet. You might have forgotten when you turned, again, there's a lot we're focusing on. So maybe you did forget to dig your heels in. And that is really the secret in doing the slow roll. Because the slower you roll, go that way. The slower you roll, the power is really in that foot digging into the ground. Okay? Okay, let's go to the other side and breathe in. First, we make the adjustments. Shoulders down, heels digging in. Long neck, and breathe in. And breathe out, and vacuum and turn from your foot. Vacuum. Breathe in and stay there. And enjoy that left side. Feel how all that breath is going into that left, and those left ribs pushing up. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, have your foot firmly on the ground. Another one, breathe in. And slowly release the air. Vacuum and move from your shoulder, but grip your heel down on the ground. Vacuum. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Release your feet. Release your hands. Hang there for a minute. We're going to do one more on each side. And just hang out for a minute and just kind of feel if there's any tension in your body. I found my back actually clicked in, so there was a good movement that happened right in the beginning of the first turn. That might have happened. Also, maybe that shoulder that's a little bit higher, I feel that that shoulder is a little bit more released. It was, today's work was pretty good on that shoulder. So just kind of go through your body and find where you found release or if there's some tension in an area. And then again, straighten your right leg, put your left heel, left ankle over, flex that knee. Then the left hand in front of you, the right hand on top. Open the hands. Breathe in. Stick your heels in. Vacuum and use your foot to roll to the left side. Breathe in and release. Straight away go for another vacuum and use your shoulders to roll back. Breathe in and as you breathe out, swap feet, swap hands. And breathe in again. Make your adjustments, dig in your heels. Vacuum, use your foot to turn to the right side. And release. Go for a vacuum and use your shoulder to roll back. And release. Good. Roll it to your side. And then push up. Have a sip of water. And when you're sitting up, notice how your body is feeling now from before. Especially the shoulder area. We're releasing the shoulder area, the neck area, and the lower back area as well. The Selene is a very good thing that when we do these turns, super slow and controlled, as well as getting good vacuums going, it's also for those little nooks and crannies to get everything into their right position and space. Thank you very much for joining and have a great day. Enjoy the weekend. Bye.